And hey guys, welcome back to the show. You're back with the Midwest Express. It is Wednesday, June 21st. Doobie Brothers are in town. There's a couple of local concerts at some of the venues in Madison, Wisconsin here tonight. So I am working the night shift, doing a little ride share. I have been super busy between rideshare, Roadie, and Grubhub. There is not a lot of orders and a lot of drivers, and you got to be quick and you got to move quick and you got to be in the right place at the right time and you got to be lucky. And I see a lot of drivers feeling a lot of frustration right now. They'll come out and they'll be out 3 or 4 hours making $50 and they'll be like, oh, I'm going home. They can't take it anymore. And to top it off, Walmart Spark just today announced that in my market you could get paid out after every delivery now. And where are we at that people need to get the money after each and every delivery? It is crazy how much has been just the downward spiral and the payouts of everything. DoorDash, not a lot of orders. Grubhub, only during dinner hours and peak hours. And they're repeat customers. It's the same customers I see time in and time out again. They're not attracting new customers. I got an email today or a message from one of the subscribers saying that Eat Streets, which is another food delivery service here in Wisconsin and in the Midwest, they usually deliver in like college towns and such, they're laying drivers off. So there is a definite downturn in the service industry, specifically with food. Walmart Spark is still popping, but everybody knows Walmart Plus has attracted people that use Walmart out of necessity, and they've lost a lot of the customers that did it out of convenience. Or if they're still around, they're not tipping as much anymore. So there's been a downward spiral when it comes to Walmart Spark and a lot of the gig apps. And what ends up happening is the pays get lowered, the tips get lowered, so drivers, after a while getting more experience, they don't care as much as they used to. So they pick up the groceries, they drop them off, whatever, and they're just not taking the time. And that's making a lot of customers lower the tips or not tip. And then it makes the drivers care less. And it just continues this cycle of a downward loop where everything kind of gets uglier and uglier when it comes to delivery service. And if you do gig work, you gotta stay passionate about it. Because once you lose your passion, once you lose your caring, you're going to either get deactivated or you're going to ruin the customer base. And I continuously see it day in and day out of people with rideshare playing their radio with customers. There was a gentleman that was playing his radio while he was driving customers around, and they complained, and he got deactivated from driving Uber. And he was like, well, it's my car, I'll do what I want. And everybody's an independent contractor, but you got to put the customer first, last, and always when they're in your vehicle. Now, obviously, if they're making a mess or they're doing something wrong, then you got to take the helm and like kick them out or end the ride or do what you got to do. But you got to put their needs up front, because that's what we're doing. We're delivering a service and delivering them. Now, some people, they want bags loaded in and out, and that's up to you on whether you want to provide that customer service. I think it helps with the tips. I've seen a lot of drivers that will not help with bags, and and then I've heard from customers complaints about drivers that won't help. So really interesting. Last week, Lyft sent out a training for driving people with disabilities, and I did the training, and it was actually pretty good. I liked it because it kind of keys you in on what people with disabilities need and how to assist them, because I wasn't aware or didn't have ideas of how to assist people when they were in that. And now my go-to saying whenever there's conflict or whenever there's an issue is, how can I help you? And then I just stop. I don't tell them, let me help you with your bags. Well, I get out and say, hey, how can I help you? And if they want, they say, yeah, if you could get the bags, that'd be great. If they say, I got it, they say, all right, great. Just so you know, it's an automatic door and whatnot, you know. That courtesy will go a long way, I think. And it takes a lot of stress off you when you're more prepared to deal with people with walkers, wheelchairs, and people that need assistance and how to help them. So if you drive for Lyft, do the training. It's worth it alone just to go through the tutorial. It takes like 5-10 minutes. It's really simple. But otherwise, I have been rocking and rolling. I have been just trying to put money in the bank. I've gotten all my credit cards paid off, and I'm glad that I did that in the last few months, because my interest rates on all my credit cards have gone up. No notice, no notification, just they raised the rates on everything. And all my cards have zero balance, but my best card I used to have was like a 6.9% interest rate. It's now a 10.5 interest rate. My other one was like a 11.5%. It's now 19%. And I have a great credit rating. So just double check your credit card interest rates and make sure you get your cards paid off right now, because as things get tougher, you don't want to have that weight on top of you. So lots going on. Lots going on in the market. Lots going on with, Target has been cutting back hours for employees. I picked up a young lady this last week at the Target Fulfillment Center, and she said they're not flexing up, they're flexing down hours, and they're asking people to work less. So I think that is a big thing that's kind of happening in our economy right now, and a lot of companies that have been work from home, they are now saying, hey, you got to come back to work, because they want to fire people. So they're saying you got to come back into the office 3 days a week to see how many people will quit. And then they're like, okay, we got rid of people. We don't got to pay them unemployment. We don't have to fire them. And we don't have to make an announcement that we're cutting jobs. We'll just let them quit themselves and not refill the jobs. So that's kind of some of the shell game that's going on with employees right now and just finding work. They say the unemployment rate's really low right now, and I think that is semi-factual, but there's millions of people that are doing gig work, like me, and like a lot of the guys that are at the airport parking lot every day. They might be retired or whatever, but normally they're in their 50s or early 60s. They should be in the workforce, but they're doing this as a side gig, and they're not really being counted in numbers. And as this dwindles out, more people are going, hopefully more people will find jobs when and if they need to. I've ran across a couple drivers that just started, and they started because they lost their jobs. So it's a tough time to be in manufacturing. Service industry is still hanging on because people are still spending money. It's summertime. But I think that that's going to slow down. I think it's going to continue to slow down. But you guys give me your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hope you guys have a great week. I will get on it and start doing some more videos again. I have, when I'm focused about making money myself, I put these videos on a back burner. And, just like you guys, I'm a squirrel running around the field, turning over rocks, trying to find a nut everywhere I can. So, like, subscribe, and we'll hit you on the next one, guys.